Good morning, Joe Chosa. We're
Morning.
sitting we're sitting at your home on the north end of Lake PolkaDoma. We've just been talking about rice camps. We've been talking about language. You're 87 years old. You've lived at Waswagoning most of your life. What are some of the teachings that you want the people to remember?
Well, I think they should respect the country, respect this land. We have a beautiful land. I know that I've seen a lot of other land too. I've been during World War II. I went to England to finish up basic, and from there we went to North Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, and Sicily, all across the whole island of Sicily. And then from there we went into Italy and all the way up to northern Italy, all the way from the bottom of the boot to all the way up to the top. And I think one thing that I'd like to see is that youngsters respect the land because we live in a beautiful country, and this country is the best that I've seen so far. And I think the children are learning to respect the land and all the contents. I know that one of the fellows that teach the language at the school asked me to come out and see the kids off, and they're going to go pick rice. He said, we're going to teach them how to pick rice. So I went out to this lake, and the youngsters got their boat ready and everything else, and four of them came up to me and said, do you have any tobacco? I said, yeah, I have a little tobacco. And I gave them each some. I said, what are you going to do? He said, we're going to go thank the Creator because we're going to be picking some of the rice out of the lake. Now, if they can learn to respect their surroundings, they're going to learn to respect people also. They're going to live a better life. And I think that's great.
This is Nick Vanderpy reporting for News from Indian Country with Joe Chosa on the north end of Lake Pokegama at Waswagoning. By the way, Joe, what does Pokegama mean?
It's, I think it's just like everything else that with Indian words, I think that was changed from Bakegama, which means like the lake that turns off to the side.
There's lots of names in northern Wisconsin that are Indian in origin. For instance, Minocqua. I've often wondered what that word suggests.
Well, that's the good land. It's like Minu is good, and it's referring to a good place in this land. There's a lot of them. I see that too. I see down up towards Ironwood. There's a place called Oma. It means here, and like Kenosha. I think that must mean must mean the musky fish. At one time, that's what that means. Kenosha. That's how it's said. But they call it Kenosha. And there's a lot of different names that are actually Indian names of the cities.
Once again, this is Nick Vanderpy reporting for News from Indian Country with a respected elder and language instructor and cultural historian Joe Chosa on the shores of Lake Pokegama. Chimigwich.
Oh, miigwech.